Y'all, actress and model Andie MacDowell has starred in some of Hollywood's biggest movies and graced the covers of countless magazines.
Yeah, and now she's got one of the most popular shows on TV, Hallmark's time-traveling series, The Way Home, and Andie plays the family's matriarch. So let's take a look.
I was proud of you today. I know I've been overprotective, but I'm protecting myself, too.
From what?
The truth. That my little boy is here but gone. I've had a hard time accepting that you are an adult. But watching you stand up for Kat today, I realized that we may have lost time, but we haven't lost you. You're still that boy that loves his family.
I want to weep. That's so touching.
So moving.
And that
So
the young man is Spencer McPherson. He does such a beautiful job because, you know, my son disappears.
Yeah.
And we don't know what happened to him. We all assume he drowns, but he goes through the pond. So he goes back in time.
Yeah.
He goes through the pond.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's the suspense of this show is what's so enticing, because we all have this fantasy of being able to go back in time.
Yeah. Totally.
You know.
Where would you go?
I'd go back and hold my babies all over again. That's what I keep saying. I would go back and revisit their childhood, because it goes by so fast, and now they're grown up. I can barely catch them.
Yeah.
You know, but now I'm going to have I have grandchildren, so I get to do that.
That's such beautiful advice, you know, because it's like time traveling is this kind of strange concept, and yet it's about really appreciating our time here.
Yes.
You know, and that's what this show is about, and who we're with.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think also when you're saying you would love to go back and hold your babies, it's those things that where you're in the moment and your life is hectic and everything is...
and you're so stressed.
It's hard to be present.
I did realize it as it was happening.
Yes.
Like, do you remember the little dimples?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember with my son, and I was just thinking, when are they gonna go away? You know?
Yeah, that's so. And you've talked a lot about being a mom. It was something you wanted.
Oh yeah,
you
did.
were like the kid that was
very maternal.
Yeah,
very maternal.
How did you balance that with your work too? Because it's so challenging, I think, for actresses, particularly because of the expectation. That's, I have a lot of actress friends that are putting off having kids, or they don't know exactly how it fits in, and it's never the right time. Like, how was it for you?
Well, I knew that was more important to me, but you know what was interesting is in my time, I think it's different now.
Yeah.
In my time, I had to pretend like it, you know.
Everything was fine.
You know, like, my job is so important. I'm just here. When I'm here, I'm focused on my job.
Yeah.
Now people a lot of times can take their kids with them.
Right.
And there's more compassion and empathy, and it even comes from the men.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, but not,
you also
not
said
in
that
my time.
There was like this, you know, and still I think this exists where it's like women can have it all. This notion that you can do everything.
That was my time. Was that they kept saying this thing about women having it all. So we were supposed to continue to play the role that they had given us. Yeah. Which is, you know, to do all the house stuff and do the kids and work.
Yeah.
That was my time.
Yeah.
Which was, you know, it was horrible.
Hard. And I think there's, it's hard. I mean, and I think there's still... Like, of course, it's evolved in some ways, but I still think the expectation from women is, like, it's so imbalanced.
Yeah,
you know?
it's still there. It still exists.
You still say, oh, yeah, my husband's babysitting tonight.
Yeah, totally.
Like, well, it's also your... No, you're not.
Parenting if you're the dad.
Right.
Thank you so much for doing that.
You know,
exactly.
do you mind watching the kids? It's like, I'm going out. It's definitely, you know, there's...
Or that your job is not as valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have... Two of your daughters have gotten into acting.
Yeah.
Margaret has been here. I think she's so talented. She's had a really incredible year with The Substance.
Yeah.
You must be so proud of all of your kids.
I am very proud of all of my kids, and they're the light of my life. And it's really been really fun to watch her explode. And she takes, you know, she's done a lot of things that I would have never done.
Yeah.
She's very brave.
Yeah.
She's made her own, it's definitely a different road than me.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of her. Yeah.
And now that you're doing the show, so this is the 3rd season.
Yes.
What's it like to return to this character? Because you get more time to uncover all the stuff.
Right. Well, you get to know your character on a deeper level, because you know it keeps evolving, and I love that process of really digging in to understanding who the character is. It's a lot of fun for me. I really enjoyed that process.
This is such a moving show. You're so lovely. Thank you so much for being here. And you guys can catch new episodes of The Way Home. It's Friday night on Hallmark Channel and streaming the next day on Hallmark Plus.